Have you ever wondered if there's a connection between faith and your financial success? Especially in the high-stakes world of trading, it might sound surprising, but many of the core principles that make a profitable trader are deeply rooted in biblical teachings. Today, we're going to explore how believing in God can actually shape you into a more disciplined, patient, and ultimately, successful trader. First, let's talk about the foundation of all good trading, having a solid plan and sticking to it. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty." This is Trading Wisdom 101. A diligent trader doesn't just jump into the market based on a whim or a hot tip. They have a well-researched strategy, clear entry and exit points, and a firm grasp on risk management. Haste, or what we call FOMO, fear of missing out, 'tis the enemy. It's the impulse that makes you chase a soaring stock without a plan, only to buy at the top. Faith teaches diligence and planning, reminding us that success isn't an accident. It's the result of careful preparation and execution. Next, consider the immense psychological pressure of trading. The market swings can be an emotional roller coaster, causing fear, greed, and anxiety. This is where faith provides a powerful anchor. Philippians 4:6-7 tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds." When a trade goes against you, it's easy to panic and make a rash decision, like selling at the worst possible moment. But having faith allows you to find a sense of peace that isn't dependent on your portfolio's performance. This emotional stability is a superpower in trading. It allows you to stay calm, trust your strategy, and make logical decisions, even when the market is in chaos. A trader who is unswayed by fear or greed is a trader who can think clearly and stick to their plan. Let's talk about one of the biggest virtues in both life and trading: patience. The Bible is filled with stories about the power of waiting. Think of Abraham waiting for a son, or the Israelites waiting to enter the Promised Land. Galatians 6-9 encourages us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The best trading opportunities often require patience. You might have to wait days, weeks, or even months for your setup to appear. Impatient traders get chopped up by the market, taking low-probability trades out of boredom. But a faithful trader understands the principle of sowing and reaping. They patiently plant their seeds by analyzing the market, wait for the right conditions, and then reap the harvest at the proper time. This long-term perspective is essential for consistent profitability. Another critical aspect is stewardship and risk management. The parable of the talents in Matthew 25 is a brilliant lesson on this. A master entrusts his servants with his wealth. The ones who invested it wisely were rewarded, while the one who buried it out of fear was rebuked. God has given us resources, and He expects us to be good stewards of them. This doesn't mean being reckless, it means being responsible. In trading, this translates directly to risk management. A good steward of capital doesn't risk their entire account on a single trade. They understand the importance of position sizing and setting stop losses. They know that preserving capital is the #1 rule of the game. Proverbs 27-23 says, "Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds." Your trading account is your flock. You must know its condition, protect it, and manage it wisely to ensure it grows over time. Faith doesn't encourage gambling, it encourages wise, calculated stewardship. Humility is another virtue that faith instills, and it's a game changer for traders. The market has a way of humbling everyone. After a string of winning trades, it's easy to feel invincible, to believe you've figured it all out. This arrogance, or pride, often leads to taking bigger risks and ignoring your rules. And as Proverbs 16:18 warns, pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. The market will quickly punish arrogance. A humble trader, however, understands that they are not in control of the market. They recognize that losses are part of the game and are opportunities to learn and grow. They are always students of the market, constantly refining their strategy and admitting when they are wrong. Faith teaches us to be humble before God, recognizing that we don't have all the answers. This mindset keeps a trader grounded, disciplined, and open to learning, which is essential for long-term survival and success. Now, what about losses? Every trader experiences them. How does faith help you handle the inevitable drawdowns? It provides perspective. Romans 5:23-24 says, "We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope." Losses in trading can be painful, but they are not the end. For a person of faith, these sufferings are not just financial setbacks. They are opportunities for growth. A loss can teach you a valuable lesson about your strategy, your discipline, or your emotional control. It builds perseverance. It forges your character as a trader. Instead of being discouraged by a loss, you can see it as a stepping stone. a part of the journey that is making you stronger, more resilient, and ultimately, a better trader. This reframing of failure into a tool for growth is a powerful psychological edge. Let's also consider the concept of detachment from money. This might seem counterintuitive. Aren't we trading to make money? Yes, but an obsession with money can be your downfall. Jesus warns in Matthew 6:24, "You cannot serve both God and money." When money becomes your idol, every tick against you feels like a personal attack. Your self-worth gets tied to your account balance. This creates immense pressure and leads to poor decision-making. Faith helps you put money in its proper place. It's a tool, a resource, but it's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to honor God in all you do, including your trading. When you trade with this perspective, you're free from the emotional grip of money. You can execute your trades objectively and without desperation. You can accept a loss without it crushing your spirit because your identity isn't found in your P&L. This detachment is what allows professional traders to operate at a peak level, day in and day out. Finally, faith encourages a spirit of gratitude and contentment. 1 Timothy 6:26 says, "But godliness with contentment is great gain." In a world of endless social media comparisons, it's easy to feel like you're not making enough, not fast enough. You see someone else's huge gains and feel discontent with your own steady progress. This can lead to overtrading or taking on too much risk to catch up. But faith teaches contentment. It's about being grateful for the progress you've made, for the discipline you've shown, and for the lessons you've learned. A content trader isn't chasing unrealistic returns. They are focused on executing their own plan flawlessly and are thankful for the profits, big or small, that result from their diligence. This state of contentment removes the pressure to perform and allows you to trade from a place of peace and stability. In conclusion, becoming a profitable trader is less about finding a secret indicator and more about mastering your own psychology. It's about developing discipline, patience, humility, and resilience. The principles found in the Bible are not just spiritual guidelines. They are a practical roadmap for developing the very character traits that define elite traders. By building your trading career on a foundation of faith, you gain an unshakable psychological edge. You learn to plan diligently, manage emotions, wait patiently, handle risk responsibly, stay humble, learn from losses, and trade with a sense of purpose that transcends money. So, the question isn't whether faith and trading can coexist. The real question is, can you afford to trade without it? Thanks so much for watching. If this perspective resonated with you, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that connects timeless wisdom with modern challenges. See you in the next one.